Hey, this is Charles from Ghost Crafty. We're out here at Roscoe Village at our first uh, kind of hot spot, I guess you would call it. Um, we're in between the Roscoe School and forget what this place was. It's the oldest building here in Roscoe. Um, it's actually it was brought here like ages ago, and there's been a lot of activity about it in what is behind this area. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my recorder on here if I can find the buttons in the dark. Okay. Go ahead and hit record. This is April 7th, and probably about 2:30 in the morning ish. So we're going to place this down over here. I also got my thingy here, and it automatically has one light on, which I don't like these ones, but that's fine. If it does pick up anything, it does start blinking. The more lights, the more activity. We're going to place them down right there, as you can see. And we're going to go ahead and sit here and talk a little bit about this area in behind the school. And I'm not sure if this was always a school or not. I believe so. Or if it was turned into a school because of this area. Again, this area in 1918 or 1913 was really flooded. It's been flooded other times throughout the years. And we do have a highway out here, but hopefully it's not too bad. This first location, again, behind the school, is an old cellar, root cellar, whatever you want to call them. As the story goes, and again, I only go from what I hear. There's many stories, anytime we're out here like this, we hear tons of different stories about a location. This location here, when it did flood here, people sought refuge in the cellar for the storms, which they didn't realize is it rained so much in such a short time, it flooded all the way up to here. There's a river down below there, but it flooded all the way up to here. Some of these buildings are extremely tall here, and it crest a lot of these smaller buildings to where they were totally submerged. And allegedly, these people that stayed in this location were found a month or so later. They never got out, and that was their tomb. And still to this day, they say there's the door opens and shuts by itself. Noises are inside. It's very bad smelling, so I'm not sure how much if I'm going to go back there or not. And again, there are people who live still on the street here, so we have to be respectful for people who do live here. So I'm not going to be making a lot of noise. All I got right now is my... Ooh. We just got... Oh. Hello? Is there anybody here? Can you light that up again? Are you here from one of the floods? That was a hit. Are you a man? Are you a woman? Okay. Make sure I'm getting this on camera, hopefully. Are you somebody that were... Well, I didn't finish the sentence, so... You want to wait a few minutes until you get situated? Were you one that died here in the cellar? The root cellar? I wouldn't call that a hit. It's barely a tap. It's the first sign I've seen over in this spot, though. And again, you see, I am recording everything. Were there other people with you when you passed? Were you by yourself? Were you part of the flood in 1913? Okay, we may have missed that opportunity. Well, as soon as I move it, it goes back to that. And it's hard for me to do this because I have to wait for vehicles to pass before I can talk. So you may have to be a little patient with me. Were you part of the flood in this area? Would your name be Matilda? Would your name be Mary? Okay, your name is Mary. Ooh, that was a hit. Okay, supposed to be something behind me over here. Was that you behind me? Okay, it's kind of hard. I need two cameras for this stuff. I don't want to blind the camera, so I have to turn it to the side. Don't want it too close to my face. There we go. Holy moly. Are you next to me? Okay, we're definitely getting some action here. Okay, I'm not sure what that noise was over there, but that was creepy. Are you still here with me? Are you a little girl? Okay, I think we may have lost the signal here, so I'm going to go ahead and set up in our new location, and we'll be right back. Okay, we are going to go ahead back here. Hopefully we don't get in no trouble, so... we just had a major hit on this thing. It completely hit in the red. Now I'm still recording. Oof, we have no light. Yeah, this is probably not a good idea. I wish I had a camera. Ooh, we got another hit. Look in here, make sure there's no critters in here. Okay, you can see this where they stored their vegetables and stuff. This is where they were trapped. It was fully submerged, by the way. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here because I don't want to get in trouble. Let me go ahead and switch this around. There we go. Okay, I'm going to turn my meter off here and put it in my pocket. We are going to walk down the street. I'll keep the camera on myself here. It is probably about, I don't know, 30 out right now. 35, somewhere in that neighborhood. Really should. I'm going to be very quiet. This is somebody's house, so I'm going to sneak on by, go down the steps and cross the street. And it, like I said, it's very hard to do these. I am hearing some walking sounds. Got my digital recorder out here. And we're going to go ahead and try to find another spot here to sit down and talk. I want to go over and talk about Matilda. I mentioned her before. You never know, it might have been her. But Matilda was a young lady doing her laundry in a cistern, which is a well. Now, what the story goes, and again, there's many different stories about this, but we're going to go with the main one. She was behind the motel. She was doing her laundry, and someone slit her throat, as the story goes. Now, what had happened, her head was almost severed completely off. That's how bad the cut was. They found a local repairman in the area, and he had blood on his shirt, and he was caught sharpening his axe. And he was convicted of second-degree murder and sorry for the cars. He, said he didn't do it, this and that, and till the day he died, which are two stories about this. And we have a car coming. Hopefully it's not a cop, but we'll wait for them to go by. As the story goes, the one story that I've heard many people say is he was taken to the end of town, which the blacksmith is at the end of the town, and he was hung behind the blacksmith. And still to this day, you can go back there sometimes and hear what sounds like a creak, like something hanging, like a body would be hanging, and gurgle sounds. Don't know if it's true or not. That's just the story. Other story is he died in prison. We have goose in the distance. I don't know if you can hear them. But yeah, now what the ghost stories here in this town say is she is seen in some of the windows throughout town. Her husband ran the apothecary on the first floor on the main street here, and that is what she is seen in the window. She's also been seen over here at the Warehouse Cafe, which that's a whole story in itself over there. So we're going to go ahead and head that way so you know the story. And Matilda, it's Matilda Wade or Matilda Harris, which also correlates with another Mary Harris, which is the famous woman in white that has been seen throughout all of Ohio, evidently, but in certain areas. Now, let me go ahead and switch the camera around. As you can see, here is the Warehouse Cafe, which there are many stories with this. Many stories. And one of the stories is the lady on the third floor, which nobody lives there, been seen in the window. Also, some old Civil War guys seen at the bar here. And this is where Matilda is supposed to be seen, in the windows. I'm not seeing anything at the moment. I don't want to show too far up because, again, people live up there. I want to be respectful. Again, I still have my recorder going, making sure I keep my hand off of anything important so I don't make any noises. Again, dark areas is going to be hard for me because I am on a cell phone. And if you look over here, this is the hotel where her body was found, in the cistern in the back. Now, sometimes we do see a lady in white. Again, that's pretty vague. Some say the ghosts look all white, so that would make sense. She has been seen walking up and down those stairs. It's kind of creepy at the moment. I'm not gonna lie. Extremely creepy. And over there you see the candy store where children are said to hear laughing and playing. We're going to go ahead and make our way down to the blacksmith. Now, I'm not going to go in behind there right now, just for the fact that I don't want to use a flashlight behind there because I don't want to alarm anybody or anything like that. This is not like a normal investigation because this is a public street, even though there's probably hardly nobody up right now. And the wind is starting to pick up. Hopefully it settles down. But all these buildings here, people still to this day say they see people in these windows. Now, they also say they see these lights flickering because they are supposed to flicker because they are flickering candle lights. As you can tell, they are flickering. It's not the camera. Now, if you look in the window, you see, I don't know, mannequins or dummies or whatever they're called. People could construe that to be a spirit in the window. Now, I'm not here to prove that there are ghosts or anything. I'm here to tell a story, and if anything wants to contact me or, reveal themselves, it's all good. I'm here for that. Now, we got cameras all over the place that are filming us, so hopefully we don't get in trouble. Here is the blacksmith, and down there, you can't hardly see down there, but off to the left, there used to be a tree in behind here, a big tree. There is not one there no more, and that is where it is said to... Okay, why is there lights on in there? There's never lights on in there. They forgot to turn them off. Anyway, that is where the alleged killer was supposed to have been hung. Okay, we're going to head back up this direction and find a place to sit down and see if we can get any more readings. Right now my hands are freezing because again, it is extremely cold out right now. Now, I don't know if anything's going to be heard on my recorder or anything. I haven't used this stuff in years, but we're going to find out. Looks like there may be a car coming down the road. Hopefully it's not the local sheriff. And I'm going to show you the windows so that, if anything pops up in any of this footage, okay, that gave me the heebie-jeebies for a minute. You see that reflection of the light going there? I don't know if you guys can see that. If not, don't worry about it. But I seen it in my view, man. Seen light going by. Now, all these buildings here, there are things that are in the windows that, look right there. Doesn't it look like there's somebody in the window looking at me? Oh, and there's a windmill there. That just gave me the heebie-jeebies. Okay, we're going to go ahead and head to this side of the street. Again, I'm trying to be quiet and respectful. Hopefully you guys can see pretty good. Off in this direction here is where her body was found, in behind this location. And one of these storefronts, people see her, the lady in white, Matilda, in one of these windows. They don't say if it's upstairs, downstairs, or whatever, but my guess is it is in this building right here. Now, there's a story on this one too, but I'm not going to go into it today. We are just going to go through what we see here there we go. That's kind of why I'm sticking to the road. I'm not walking on the sidewalk too close because, again, these are people's businesses and stuff. I want to be respectful. Maybe one day down the road I might talk to some of the owners and see if I can do some investigations within these buildings. Would be a lot nicer, trust me, if you could go in and be out from the highway noise. But we have a little kitty in here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Her little head sticking out. That's like the little mascot of Huck's Tavern. Now, Huck's Tavern, they have a paranormal activity all to itself. They have things move within the bar, salt shakers, pepper, that things, falling off tables when there's nobody around, footprints or footsteps. You can't hear a footprint. And the story goes over here between the two buildings, and these buildings are 1800, 1700 buildings. They've been here for a while, so they have stories all to themselves. Civil War soldier, he was a Union soldier, was stabbed to death here in the corner, or in this alleyway. Not sure why it was in the alleyway or anything, but you can hear somebody passing away within the alleyway here. So that's the story of that. And we have the leather worker. Again, we have to be quiet because they live upstairs. So I'm going to go ahead and head back over on this side of the road. Well, actually, let's stay over here. That way we can get a look at this side of the road and see if we see anyone standing in the windows. Bring this up so you guys can see real good. And I would like to get some more equipment for doing these investigations. So eventually it would be nice. Okay, the little blinky lights can play tricks on your mind if you're driving by, and because majority of the time that's what everybody sees, is when they're driving by they see somebody in the windows. There's supposed to be a cat over there too. People have been known to see a cat in the windows. And you got the white building over there, which used to be a doctor's office. And I'm not sure what the next building was. Now, I'd love to go in behind those buildings right there, because there's a lot of stories in behind there too. But again, I want to be respectful. So we're going to make our way back to our bench and see if we can contact the lady that talked to us earlier. That way I can put my camera hand in my pocket because it's freezing right now. Sometimes if you hear me go quiet for a while, I want to listen. You don't want to talk all the time. Okay, there's the museum for this area. Now, the museum does have stuff from this era, or the era of this town, but it also has some other stuff from Japan, which people say they hear things in that museum quite often. Maybe one day I'll take a tour for that place and see if they let me film in there. But let's make our way over to here. Give you guys a good view of where we were setting earlier. As you can see, we're going to go ahead and sit down. Oh, let me switch this around. Oh, there we go. My hand is like frozen right now. Okay, we're going to turn this back on so you guys can see me. It's off. Turn it back on. It's got one button or one light. We're going to let it sit down there and talk a little bit. Put my hand in my pocket so I can warm it up a little bit. But, like I said, this little stretch of a village has many, many stories. I just think I saw the light blink, but we're just going to sit here and wait. There's many stories in this little village. And I hope you guys enjoy some of these stories. Okay, that's interesting. See, I need a camera that I can hold so I can show you what I'm looking at instead of you guys looking at me. I don't have a cameraman, so we have to go at it as we can. My son's going to join me on some of these investigations, but he doesn't want to be seen, so we have to respect his wishes. And believe it or not, he can sense a lot more things than the normal person can. Not saying he's clairvoyant or anything like that. He senses things a lot more than most people, and it's probably because he's autistic. So we're gonna go ahead and let me bring this down a little bit so you can see that and see if we can get some conversations going here. There we go. Waiting for the truck to go by. Another truck. Okay, why did I start doing this and everybody wants to drive by? Okay, we did get a little blink. I didn't say anything yet. Are you there? I can see you're coming close to my little meter there. The closer you get to it, the brighter it gets. I know you showed me a little bit earlier how close you got. It got all the way into the red. You were very close to me. I hope I didn't scare you. I want to ask you again, is your name Matilda? is your name Mary? Okay, let's try this. How old are you? Are you 28? Okay, we did get a yellow reading here. I want, in the next question, I want you to put that thing all the way into the red if you can. Okay. Are you older than 28? Are you younger than 28? Are you 28? A little bit there. There you go. Do you want to sit down over here? I'm a very nice man. I won't hurt you. If you are Matilda, I know your story. Okay. Now it's very, very strange here that we're kind of contacting Matilda because we've seen when we talk about Matilda, the meter does go up higher. Now I'm hoping that I can catch her voice on my digital recorder. Now there's a thing called, and I'm not going to give out the term for this. I want you guys here in the video. There is during the month of September, down by the motel or hotel, is the best time to see Matilda. Now, there's a saying that spirits that don't have the ability to differ from what they do in a pattern. So what is seen down there at the hotel would be a pattern, like a movie. It's played over and over again at a certain time of the year, certain time of the day, or something like that. Now, what we're seeing here wouldn't be that. And I'm really surprised this area, if this is in true Matilda, you can come over here and put your hand closer to this little light. The light won't hurt you. A little closer, I can see that light lightening up just a tad. Come on. I don't know if that catches in. Let me go ahead and put it this way. Maybe you can see it better. There you go. Are you lonely in this area? Are you by yourself? Okay. Now, I don't know if you answering my questions with a pause, because there is quite a pause between my questions and your answers. Is it because you're scared? Or it takes you a little bit longer to answer? Yeah, I see the light over there. I can see it barely. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I want to thank you for trying to communicate with me. And maybe we'll see ourselves again, and hopefully you can communicate with me a little bit more. Thank you. Okay guys, I'm going to go ahead and close this off right now. I'm going to go get some hot chocolate and warm up a little bit. Probably take a couple days to go through all this data and stuff, and I'm still getting meters going. Swore I seen something behind me. Hopefully you guys caught that, whatever that flash was behind us. But we will catch you in the next one.